I've got somebody I want you to meet. To me, she is the definition of calm. When I met Trudie, her presence is just that of someone who's calm. And remember, we're all about creating confidence, clarity, and calm. And that requires skills. So I want to let you meet Trudie. She's going to introduce herself and she's going to share how it is that she creates this tremendous aura of calm in her life. So take it away, Trudie.
Well, first of all, I'm blushing, you guys. Like this is, Janet, thank you so much for those kind words. Like, first of all, I don't think I would think of myself as calm at all, which isn't that interesting though? That's exactly how we in our heads have a certain image of ourselves. And then other people may perceive us differently, right? Well, I'm honored to be with you, all of you. I think we're about 30, are we, Janet? Who is part of this Facebook group. And I recognize some names and I didn't recognize all of them, but I would love to share with you as Janet was asking me how my journey with yoga started, I guess, and developed. And I've been practicing yoga since I think 2000 when I was pregnant with my first child. And I just went to one of those prenatal classes and I really enjoyed the calm, I guess. I was looking for some guidance in breath work and keeping myself calm because being pregnant was a little stressful sometimes. And that really helped me. And it was a great group of people. And so over the years, I developed my yoga practice. I just started really simple and easy, taking a class a week. And when I moved to the US, that was in 2006 or 5, I found a yoga studio in Chicago, and it was at the YMCA. And I thought, yeah, I really like this. So then it was hard for me in the beginning because it was in English, right? And I'm Dutch, I'm from the Netherlands. So I thought, okay, this is different. And then I practiced some more and I started to enjoy it so much that when I moved to Colombia in 2010, first thing I did was look for a studio and I found City Yoga and I felt at home right away. And then I practiced for a couple of years. So what I would do is take like maybe 2 classes a week. And then at home, I wouldn't practice at all. And then I would feel kind of a little bit guilty about it too. Like I need to have a home practice. You have this perfect yogi in your mind, like this is how I want to be. But then I realized, well, see, that's that's my daughter. This is life.
That's okay. That's life.
Okay. That's okay. Yeah. So that's working from home, you guys. So I found City Yoga and I noticed that I needed to do a little bit more than just go to classes. And in 2016, I did the teacher training with Stacy. And I think that's really when I started just diving a little bit deeper in and the theory as well as the anatomy and the practice. And I loved it so much that I just started teaching once a week. And I think it developed over the years. And there's still days that I feel, sometimes I feel like a fake yogi because I'm not doing my perfect home practice. And then there's days that I'm like, that doesn't, but because what it really means to me is creating calm in my life. And it helps me ground. It's a practice that I can do anywhere. I can even do it in my car, behind my desk, or you can do a full practice. But it's really over the years has become more and more important to me. And now I feel like I can't do without it. It's really grounding, and it's a lot about alignment. So Jana talks a lot about aligning your life with your goals and creating clarity. And yoga helps to find that clarity. And sometimes you just can't find it in the midst of chaos, and that's okay too.
Awesome.
Yeah, this is a little bit of my journey.
Well, I love that. Over 2 decades and 2 continents and multiple cities. that you've seen that
Yeah.
that transformation that occurred within yourself, connecting with this thing that's common to other people, but it's very individual to you, and then going from being a student who embraced it infrequently to making it a part of your life to then teaching it. That's
Yeah.
a beautiful practice. And isn't it interesting how those things become so deeply a part of who we are and how they become essential to managing these
Yeah. And
real parts of our lives? Go ahead.
yeah, and then going back what you said about the character fear. So when I was started teaching, I was of course extremely nervous and very fearful. And then what really helped me is thinking like, why are you afraid? Is because it's so important to you, right? That's why it's scary, but you really want to do it. And what helped me is thinking of teaching as a service. It's my service to other people. You share your knowledge of yoga,
Mm.
and that's how it helped me calm myself. So it's these little kind of tricks that you do to help yourself feel calmer, and that's all part of what yoga is to me. And actually, it aligns pretty much with what Janet is doing in her coaching. I feel.
Yeah, absolutely. It's helping us discover who we really are.
Yeah,
And confidence and clarity and calm are a part of our core nature. It's the stuff that gets on top of it that we have to just
yeah,
uncover and recognize, and then just allow our real selves to come forward. But oftentimes we get hung up in the coding and can't have that experience. Yes.
yeah. See,
Trudy,
art
what would you
really.
tell I'm curious to know what you would say to someone who feels intimidated by yoga or makes judgments about themselves around yoga.
I would say throw it all out of the window because first of all, like if you think about what yoga is, like what do we know? We're Westerners. It's a practice that comes from India. It was originally only done by men. We here in the West, it's mostly women. We make it our own, but I really see it as a set of tools, of skills that you can use. It's a practice. And part of that practice is trying to deal with that image of perfection that we have, that we just made up in our own minds. And if you think about the cover of the yoga journal, well, that's not yoga, and that's not a real yoga student like you and me. We all have to start somewhere, right? So that's what I would think. Like, it's okay. Just take a beginner's class and keep your sense of humor. Really, or just call me and I'll give you a private lesson. Honestly, it's like, yeah, it's intimidating, and I feel bad that it is intimidating for so many people because honestly, it's the best thing you can give yourself. Yeah,
Awesome.
I'm happy to share. Honestly, if someone would like a private session, yeah, just honestly, I'm happy um, to get you over that hump. I would say.
But see, didn't Trudy just demonstrate that capacity to be calm when your teenage daughter comes in and out or right in the middle of doing something that feels so important?
Right.
She just takes it in stride and
Mm-hmm.
just moves on. I'm
Can I share one small story, Janet?
sure.
So when I was teaching my 7 a.m. class at City Yoga on Thursday mornings, there was a time when the leaf blowers would come, like the season of the leaves falling in the fall. And then they would just come right when we started Shavasana, which is the end of class, which is the most important pose of all. It's your resting pose at the end of the class. And every time, like bam, those leaf blowers would come right in the middle. And at first it made me so nervous because I thought, oh, it's ruining my class. It's ruining their experience. They paid $10. And then I thought, well, no, because that's life. Like you're in the middle, you need your calm, and someone is just going to screw it up. And then you just have to breathe through it, and it's okay. And then you can actually laugh about it at the end. So there you go.
Awesome. And that's a great example of how we have expectations, don't we, of how life is supposed to unfold. And inner chaos shows us that life is constantly violating our expectations. How dare it? And resisting it, doesn't usually work so well. But what would it be like if you do that? If you just accept that leaf blowers are just part of life. And it doesn't ruin things. It only ruins it if we make it have that meaning, right?
Yeah.
Well, Trudie, thank you so much. And the information on how to contact Trudie is found right here under, I don't know how to ever express that, but it's found right here. Just look. You see the video? Look right below it, and then you'll know how to contact her. Awesome. Thanks so much, Trudie. Bye-bye.
Thank you guys. Thanks.